Yerp, yerp, yerp. Let me know what it's looking like. Let me know what it's sounding like. Out here in the trenches. You should know that. I ain't even do no damn description or nothing. Ah, get my damn charger. Yerp. Oh, you gonna come here and talk about you know I'm happy. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? I know it's been a minute. You know, only pop up when it's special occasions, man. Let me know what it's looking like. Let me know what it's sounding like, man. Put the thumbs up in the chat if you can see me, if you can hear me. I'm at a remote location right now in the slums. I need to get a light. Let me know what it's looking like. Let me know what it's sounding like. See, it's morning to y'all. It's about to be noon over here. All right, thumbs up. Yo, come on now. Let me know how y'all feeling. Let me know how y'all feeling, man. Let me know how y'all feeling. Let me know how y'all feel. I just think it's funny, man, because it's always, the backpedaling, man, be so crazy on this app. That's the part I enjoy the most. You know what I mean? Everybody tell you who we gonna hire, who we should hire, who we shouldn't hire. And then we hire somebody nobody talked about it. Everybody happy about that pick too. Raider Kid, what's up, man? How you not feeling it? You not feeling the pick? What you mean? What you mean? You not feeling it? You not feeling it? Make sure we hit them likes, man. Make sure we hit them likes. You should know what it is. How long can he coach? Yo, y'all. Yo, 70 like the new 50. 70 like the new 50, yo. Dom say he not excited. DK and Wilson, Super Bowl. Not feeling it. No way, Jose. Some people, Carlos says a good pick. Let me know, man. Put the thumbs down. If you're not liking the pick, yo, put the thumbs down. If you're not liking the signing, put the thumbs down. The crazy part is I've always been a fan of Pete Carroll from the USC days. Now, I wasn't a fan of him for the Seahawks, but it wasn't about coaching, nothing like that. I just, college football, I thought, I actually played against somebody who went to USC. So I've been watching Pete Carroll a lot in the college days. I think there's like every other hiring. I think there's positive and negatives to it. I think I see more positives than I do negative. I see more positives than I do negative. Adam Sanchez, your honcho, if you could have it your way, who would you choose as OC and DC? I think it's hard to say because I guess you're saying like in a perfect world. I mean, in a perfect world, you would get Munkin to be OC and you would get Flores to be your DC. But I don't think that's how this is gonna work. I do like the Clint Kubiaks as OC. As far as DC, I feel like you need to get a young DC. I wouldn't mind a young DC, but the thing about it is like I almost feel like Dwayne Jarrett. Yeah. Dwayne Jarrett cooked me. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold shit. I couldn't hold him neither. I was on the island. Yeah, Dwayne Jarrett, man, was cooking. I played him for 2 years. But I think that the Pete Carroll situation is good because you're getting somebody with some experience. You're getting somebody with some know-how. You're getting somebody who knows how to instill a culture. You're getting somebody who's a player's coach, in my opinion. And I think that he's going to put a staff together that you're most likely going to get your next head coach on the staff. Like, that would be my opinion. If you're bringing in a guy at this age, I'm assuming his OC or his DC is probably going to be somebody who they're going to, prep for the position of being the head coach. I hope they don't bring Gus Bradley up in there. We already hired a coach. We're looking for our next head coach. Is crazy. I mean, it's just the facts. I mean, you don't hire a guy that age to think he's going to be the for the next 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, you're bringing in somebody who can put the foundation in it and give you the blueprint of how to be a successful organization as far as on the football side of things. And you probably have a successor on the staff. That's just what it feels like to me. Yeah, Gus, I'm out of there on Gus. I'm trying to think of who I had on my short list of DCs. Um, I like the bull they had over there for the Patriots. I know they staff got fired up out of there. Uh, but DC's is tough because you feel like you need somebody that's a super seasoned vet for defense. But I actually wouldn't mind getting somebody younger on the defensive side because where the game is going now with a bunch of double A gaps and the mug formations that a lot of the teams are using now, where you're walking your backers into the A gaps. I feel like that's not a Buddy Ryan 4-6 defense, a bear defense. Like, it's not your standard 4-3 defense. So, like, I feel like where the NFL is going right now with how the defenses are being played, like, I don't need somebody that's 60 years old to be the DC. Robert Saleh is a solid DC. I wouldn't be mad at that. But I just feel like if you're gonna hire a 73-year-old head coach, give me some young guns to be the OC and the DC. You know what I'm saying? I don't want Gus Bradley. If we get Gus Bradley, I'd be disappointed. I like the hires that the Raiders have made so far. Now, I'm not one of those people. I'm not gonna jump out the window, but like, this is the best shit that ever happened to the Raiders. Because at the end of the day, we still got to see what's going on, and our team is still our team, and our team was trash. So like, I can never sit here and just put all my eggs in one basket and be like, well, because we got Pete Carroll and new GM, that all of a sudden, you know, things are just looking crazy up for us. Like, I don't think that that's the case. John Gruden is OC. I love John Gruden. I know, man. I know the emails wasn't great. I agree, but I'm always gonna have mad love for John Gruden. Sub Honcho, let's get this shit turned around. Cisco, I look, it's turning around, but Pete Carroll wasn't their first choice, so let's not act like we know who the home run would have been. Well, for y'all, would have been, because I didn't have Pete Carroll or Ben Johnson on my list of head coaches that I wanted them to hire. I wanted Marcus Freeman. I thought bring Marcus Freeman from Notre Dame, even though they just gave him that contract. I'm just saying, I wanted somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a possibility they sign Russ, but I believe we still draft a QB. Someone. I think it's so funny the amount of people that seem to know Jackson Dart now, but didn't know Jackson Dart when I made the video damn near 3 months ago telling y'all that Jackson Dart was a guy that the Raiders should target. Now, all of a sudden, every mock draft got Jackson Dart going to the Raiders. It's just like, bro, come on, man. Come on, man. Let's see what's going on out here. Everybody wanted Shador. I wanted Shador. Cam Ward, Jalen Milroe. When all their hype was at the highest and the Raiders still had a top 3 pick, I was saying, you might be able to get some value at quarterback, Jackson Dart, later in the draft. Now, all of a sudden, we get whatever pick we got now, and it's like every mock draft I see on Twitter got Jackson Dart. Y'all didn't watch Jackson Dart play before? I try to tell you, I was watching him since he was a freshman at USC. Now, all of a sudden, because we dropped down a few picks, you know what? Jackson Dart might be. I try to tell you the boy could ball. Dragon, what's up? 70 is the new 40. We're chilling. I agree. Shit, he ain't got to do that much. That's why you hire young coordinators to do the hard work, do the heavy lifting. Honcho Dom is dead. That's what I'm saying. Like, I tried to tell people, bro. Like, look at all the people that I say I wanted the Raiders to take a look at in the last few drafts. And maybe the rookie year didn't look crazy. But then when the dust settles, you see like, oh, I remember Honcho was talking about, oh, boy. Yeah. Right? Come on now. I told you about Pickens. I told you about Wiggins. Right? I told y'all, remember, I wanted Q over Terrence Arnold or whatever. I forget his name. But it's always somebody that is a little under the radar that I try to give y'all. And, it is what it is. Yo, Honcho Carpenter is crazy. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, so I like what the Raiders have done so far. I like what the Raiders are doing. I think that we got our work cut out for us. Jody, appreciate the super. How about Eric Bieniemy? Dart is him. Ole Miss fan. Listen. I tried to, and if you remember the boy Jaden Daniels that everybody loves, Jackson Dart was kind of, when they had their little matchup, Jackson Dart, I'm telling y'all. But as far as Eric Bieniemy, I don't mind that. I just don't know if we're gonna have the pieces for Eric Bieniemy to do what Eric Bieniemy has done. I don't know that yet. But Calvin Owens, I appreciate that, man. I first heard of Jackson Dart from you. Listen, look, I'm not the smartest guy, but look, I feel like sometimes when it comes to the Raider Nation and Twitter and Instagram and YouTube, I feel like as fans, right? Like you guys are diehard fans. We're all diehard fans. And I think when you're a diehard fan, like, and you have the situation that the Raiders are in and we've been bad for a long time, I think it's just, we would just come super desperate for any sign of hope, and we come super desperate for any information, and we don't know if it's false hope, and we don't know if it's misinformation. So a lot of times, since we do have a lot of people getting on camera and getting on Twitter and getting on all these spaces, telling fans what the Raiders should do and shouldn't do, since we're so desperate for hope, we kind of believe anything anybody says, and we think that that's the mark now. Like when everybody wanted Ben Johnson, it was like, yeah, Ben Johnson's a good coordinator. I don't know if he's a good head coach. And I'm not saying he's not, but it would take a lot more than somebody to just get on YouTube and tell me Ben Johnson is the guy you have to get. Like I don't know. I don't know that. Right? I'm not always a fan of the young coordinator becoming the first time head coach. And I know everybody has to have their first job somewhere. I just think that, you kind of got to work your way around. Like when you talk about Aaron Glenn being a defensive coordinator, being a head coach, to me, it's like it transfers a little more because I feel like he's been on every level of football. Like he's been on every level of football. You know what I mean? But like the young, flashy offensive coordinator that everybody wants, the Kingsburys, like the Ben Johnsons, like those young, new, ahead of the curve coordinators, they're great coordinators. But sometimes that's all people are good coordinators. I think you take somebody like Pete Carroll, he's a seasoned head coach. He knows how to head coach. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying you have to like it because he wasn't on my list. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had Cohen, I had Munkin, I had Marcus Freeman, I had I had a couple people in there. But I didn't have Pete Carroll in there, so I can't sit there and be like, I told y'all Pete Carroll is the truth. I don't know. Ben Johnson put in a lot of work, but he's not our problem. Let's go, Pete. I feel you. That's a good point. Surprised he wasn't on the sideline with AP this year. Yo, Dragon, that's mad funny because it seemed like everybody was on the damn sideline. Yo, we got 300 people in here, only 66 likes, man. Make sure we hit the likes, man. It's a special occasion with Honcho on camera because I don't really do this too often. And shout out to all, I can't say all because I'm cool with all the content creators. But shout out to the content creators I'm cool with, man. You already know that, man. To the Wasted, to the Graphs, to the I can't forget my man Hammer, Big Mike. You got Mitch out there doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody that be putting in work. Cause I don't know how y'all became journalists, but shit, y'all be doing y'all shit. So I can't be mad at y'all. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody that's been doing their shit, man. This whole season been a rough season, and there's been people like grabbing them, holding it down every week. So shout out to them. But it is still a special occasion when I get on camera because I just don't jump on here for no reason. Jeremy, I'm assuming that says Jeremy. I never seen nobody spell Jeremy like that. That shit look like Jerome. You know what I mean? If you don't know, I'm not good at pronouncing names, but Jeremy Tasker, appreciate the super. What's good, Honcho and Raider Nation? If he goes for a Russ Wilson type QB, who you think he will try to draft? I mean, like the player I've been saying, Jackson Dart reminds me a lot of that situation because he's mobile, but not super mobile. He's athletic. He's tough. Good pocket presence, can extend the plays. Can make the throws. So I think Jackson Dart would be a good quarterback for Pete Carroll to draft. But there's other quarterbacks too. I'm one of those people that once I get my targets on a certain player, like it's hard for me to move off of that player. Like when I wanted Trayvon Merrick for the Raiders, it was hard for me to like the Javon Hollins and everybody else was like, that's the guy I wanted. So Jackson Dart is a player that I want to see the Raiders draft. But Pete Carroll is good with any young quarterback. Like he knows how to do the quarterback thing. He also told Mark Sanchez when Mark Sanchez shouldn't have left college for the NFL that he wasn't ready, and he was right. I hope the Raiders will not. Oh, if he dies, yeah, come on, man. Dylan Gabriel. I'm not a fan of Dylan Gabriel. I'm not a fan of Dylan Gabriel. Why Dart? Because I've seen Dart play on the biggest stages. I've seen Dart handle adversity. I've seen Dart obviously play the top competition. I've seen him duel with quarterbacks that we feel are really good. I've seen him make throws that he had to make, not throws that everybody makes, but he's made the throws you had to make. And I think his ability to extend the play is something you need in today's NFL. Like Shador can extend the play even though he's not super athletic or mobile. Shador has a really good talent of being able to keep his eyes downfield and extend the play. I just think Jackson Dart is a tough kid. I think that he can run. The RPO game. I just feel like he gives us a lot of options and checks a lot of boxes to me as a young quarterback. Does that mean he's ready to start day one? No, I'm not saying that. But if you look at what Jalen Hurts does for the Eagles, and Jalen Hurts being a second round quarterback and the success he's had. I mean, even in the Super Bowl that he lost, they played really well. I think that Jackson Dart is similar to Jalen Hurts in a sense, but I feel like he's a better natural quarterback. You know, I just think his toughness, his ability to make plays, his ability to extend the plays, and being under pressure for his whole career. I mean, like I said, he was a starter at USC as a freshman, and then transferred and did what he had to do. So I just think he's weathered, he's seasoned. I think he knows how to play the position. Jackson Dart has better pocket presence than Shador. I think that's true, but I think that's because I think Shador might have created some bad habits playing at Jackson State and being able to like play backyard football at times. And I think Jackson Dart has been more in a structured environment for longer. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I can't tell you why Jackson Dart over Will Howard because I can't tell you. I can only tell you why I like the players. I can't really tell you who I don't like and why I don't like them because we don't know how any of them are going to pan out to be quarterbacks in the NFL. I can just tell you the players that I like and the reason why I like them. Sanders is overrated. I don't know because I don't know if he's rated that high. I don't know. Will Howard seems like a guy. I mean, I don't disagree with that. I just like Dart. More money. I like the hire Pete Carroll. I was a Pete Carroll fan for a lot of years in the USC days. So I don't I like Pete Carroll more than I would have liked Liam Cohen. I like Pete Carroll more than I would have liked a Todd Monken because again those guys are good coordinators. Pete Carroll is a good head coach. You see what I'm saying? Like I like Pete Carroll more than I like AP. I like Pete Carroll more than I like McDaniels. I like Pete Carroll more than I like Bisaccia. I like I would put Pete Carroll in the same category for me as how I like John Gruden because they have a little more sauce, a little more aura than just X's and O's guys. Like, and I think it's being a head coach, you got to have a little more like moxie to you, a little more swagger. Nobody got more swagger at that age than Pete Carroll. And Pete Carroll always had that swagger. So I like Pete Carroll. Who Pete bringing in? Coordinator is going to be huge. Yeah, I think whatever coordinators he bring in, you got to be thinking they're going to be the next head coach. That's what I think. How you feel about Genty, the running back? He's phenomenal. He reminds me a lot of I know a lot of people compare him to different people, but he reminds me a lot of Maurice Jones-Drew in a sense. You know what I mean? Stronger back, runs low, can run through, can run around. Now I'm not saying he's not better than Jones-Drew, but he reminds me of Maurice Jones-Drew in a sense. Will Johnson is a dog. I don't disagree with that. But you can't tell me he's a dog and Jackson Dart isn't. Like Honcho for DC. I would love to be a DC in the NFL. Pete's beat every coach in our division. True. True. I think that's true. I guess Harbaugh was with the Niners, maybe. But yeah, so I like the hire, man. I like the hire. Are there other running backs you like outside of Genty? Yeah, there's a lot of running backs. I wish I could use my phone right now, but I can't to look at my list. Because I have been doing some evaluations on some players. But there's a lot of running backs. Running back is always a deep class. You know what I mean? You can always find a running back somewhere that can put in work for you. But I wouldn't mind getting. Isn't what's his name a free agent? I could be wrong. The running back for the Cowboys. Am I wrong about that? Is he available? Somebody check that for me. I would love to bring him in. Hopefully Pete keeps us from beating ourselves with stupid mistakes. I think he's gonna have us going in the right direction for sure. Dart to DK for the TD. One can dream. I mean, listen, Dart is like that. Honcho, cornerback Will, DT Mason, wide receiver T Mac at pick six. If all available, I like DT at wide receiver. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. Oh, it's Jordan Mason. That's the free agent from the 49ers? Yeah, Rico is a free. Yo, I like Rico, bro. Am I bugging? Am I bugging? Maybe because I've been on Fanatics and FanDuels, he been winning me some money. Am I bugging? Like, Rico Dowdle is nice. I would love to have him on our team, bro. Catch out of the backfield. He can run between the tackles. He's fast. Bro, am I bugging? Yo, tell me if I'm bugging, bro. Or is Rico, I think if we got Rico, bro, not drafting a running back. I like Rico. I fuck with Rico heavy, yo. I like to hire for like we can expect consistent improvement moving forward. Yeah. I think so. I think it adds credibility to the organization. I think when you talk about Tom Brady, you talk about the new GM, and then you talk about the new head coach, I feel like we're gaining credibility. Sincere McCormick showed some good flashes last year for us. Yeah, I'm not mad at that, but I think Rico's better. I don't think we have the running back on staff that can be RB1. I don't think he's in the locker room yet. Love this hire. Been a fan of Pete since USC days. Yo, Ray, that's what I'm saying. Look. Like I said, some of you on the chat already said it. I played against Dwayne Jarrett back in the heyday, and he went to USC. You know, they had the Reggie Bush, the Leinarts. Like, so I've been watching USC for a lot of years. I liked USC. I'm a Michigan fan, but there was something about, I don't know if it was the cheerleaders, because the cheerleaders at USC got the white sweaters. It was something about USC that I always rock with. And maybe because the movie Boys in the Hood, you know, I think my man Ricky was supposed to get that scholarship for USC. I could be wrong. But USC has always been like, I've always rocked with USC, even as a Michigan fan. You like the hire? I do. I do like the hiring. I don't think we could have hired another person that I would have been more excited to hire unless it was like, I would have liked Flores and I would have liked Marcus Freeman. Outside of those two, I do like the DC for the Ravens, though, man. I like the DC for the Ravens. But I think Pete Carroll is like, I think he's good for what we need right now. He might not be good for what we need 5 years from now, but I think he's going to play a part in where we are in 5 years. The great Marcus Allen. When you see, that's what I'm saying. I'm named after Marcus Allen, so it's like it's always been some type of 6 degrees of separation for me and USC. So I've always been a fan of Pete Carroll. The only thing I didn't like about Pete Carroll is when he didn't get the ball to Marshawn Lynch. Yo, who called me Poncho, bro? Why you do that? Why you ruin my day like that, man? I don't deserve that. Jay, I'm feeling good, man. I like the hire. This man is old, so old. Yo, he mad old. Like, I'm not gonna argue with you that he mad old. He mad old. He like old, you know, he like the old guy. You know, he gonna have some random band-aids on his face and shit, cause like skin be ripping when you old, I guess. I don't know. But I think we only gonna have him about 2 years. OC, DC, give me Clint Kubiak, OC. Give me Clint Kubiak, OC. You know? Give me somebody young. Didn't the Rams win the Super Bowl with an old coach? A lot of people win with old coaches. 3-year contract, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not mad. Like, 3 years. Like, come on, bro. That's another coach we're gonna fire. I don't think we fire Pete Carroll. I think Pete Carroll just steps down. I think that whoever they bring in as OC or DC has a good shot to be the next head coach. Um, and I think they're just prepping. I would rather have Pete Carroll, who knows how to head coach, than go get somebody. It's not that I think Pete Carroll is better than Ben Johnson. I just think for what the Raiders need, you kind of need like that adult in the room. And I feel like Pete Carroll is that. And he's cool, man. He cool. Like, you want a cool head coach. Ben Johnson, I mean, like, look, man. Look, come on, man. I don't want disrespect, man. It's not even 12 o'clock on the East Coast, so I don't want to get full jersey disrespectful. But, like, come on, man. Ben Johnson, Pete Carroll. Go give me Pete Carroll, man. First of all, he's done it, and he's cooler. Like, he cool, man. Like I don't, like... Ben Johnson looked like he never wore a hat backwards. Like, it's just something about it, like... Thoughts on the Spy? I like Spy. Speed, Spy. I rock with it. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I felt like it was kind of weird to hire somebody who we fired the person we had who was already a legit GM to get a. I don't know if our GM now is better than GM we just fired. I can't say like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if he's better than what we had. So I don't know if we took a step forward in that or if we just stayed where we were as far as that. You guys can let me know, because it seems like everybody seems to know way more about. I don't know how y'all be knowing so much about the people that don't be on the field. Look, I give y'all mad credit and mad pride. I don't know if people just Google them when they hear their name. I don't know how y'all be knowing about so many people that don't be. I couldn't even tell you what they look like. Like, if you showed me a lineup and was like, which one of these are GMs and which one of these are on the police department, I wouldn't know the difference. Like, I don't know them. Like Telesco, I don't know if Telesco, like, is the new GM better than Telesco? I don't know. I don't know, but it just seemed like, look, the shit that be crazy to me is like, it'll be like, oh, the Raiders are rumored to hire Joe Schmo for the new GM, and it'll be like everybody on Twitter will know who Joe Schmo was. And I'm like, how the fuck did y'all know him? Like, he's not in my parlay. He's not on FanDuel. How do you just know these random people that don't be on TV or at the games? I do think our draft last year was solid. How can it not be solid? Like, listen, I don't care if you have 7 draft picks or 3 draft picks. As long as you get one bona fide player out of it, I'm okay with it. Jackson Dart beat Dan. I told people he outdueled Daniels. I just don't be knowing how y'all know people. I don't know. I don't know, yo. Like, I give mad credit to everybody. Like they be knowing everybody, man. They know everybody. I don't know how they do it. Like, I'd be like, who? First of all, why would I know the GM from another team? Why would I know that? Like, why would I know who the GM was for Tom Brady, who was crucial in bringing Tom Brady to the Buccaneers? Why would I know that? And then people are like, what do you think about that? I'm like, I don't know. You could make up a name I wouldn't know. Like, I don't know those people. I know the players. Like, I know the players I watch. Like, I told y'all months ago, Jackson Dart was that guy. And it's just so funny, bro, because I'm from Jersey, man. Like, we are so, like, egotistical and prideful and hard to get along with. So it's like, when I tell y'all, when I feel like I'm one of the first people to bring up a name and nobody's rocking with it, and then like 2 months later, that name becomes a name that everybody's rocking with, like, that shit make me mad. Like, I be mad. We gotta know if we fans. No, you don't. No, we don't. Listen. I'm fans of a lot of things. Like, I don't know their entire lineage of possible candidates. Like, y'all be like, they be knowing people. Like my man Scout, Tristan on Twitter. Yo, he know everybody. He know everybody. Like Carolina Panthers former GM's bodyguard is interviewing and be like, oh yeah, he was. It's like, how did you know him? How? Made me happy to seeing a Meek shut JJ down. Yeah, but he broke his shit though. That's. You think Mac comes back to the silver and black bars? I would hope so. What about Gruden? What do you mean about Gruden? What about Gruden? No. SVT. I'm not joking about Scout. Scout literally knows everybody. Like, that's not even a shot. Because I remember when I first started YouTube and we was talking about the draft, yo, he knew who the Raiders was drafting. I'm taking Jackson Dart. I was about to say I'm taking Jackson Dart over Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward has a lot of developing to do that people might not be looking at. Yes, I look. Hear me clearly, just in case y'all want to run and try to make some bullshit out of this. I agree that Tristan actually knows everybody. I'm just amazed on how. And it be the people on Twitter. Like, it'll literally be 30 seconds. The Raiders are interviewing XYZ person. The comments will know everything up. They'll be like, oh, this would be great for the Raiders. And this, it's like, how the fuck do you know the guy who made the suits? Like, I'm a great fan of the Raiders. I don't know who designed the uniforms. Like, I don't know who did the negotiation for it being whatever. Like, I don't know all those things. You want to draft O-line, D-line round one? Well, you better trade. You better trade a pick. Big pass on Milroe. Dart should be the guy. I think Milroe just screams like inconsistency to me. And the thing about Cam Ward is Cam Ward, he throws every pass 100 miles an hour. See, that's something when you look at quarterbacks that people don't really realize. But like every pass doesn't have to be 100 miles an hour. And that's the thing I like about Shedeur is that Shedeur has more touch. He can make the throws. He doesn't have the greatest arm, but Cam Ward throws everything like a straight bullet when you could put a little more touch on it. And I think in the NFL, you need to have a little more anticipation on your throws, and you might not be able to just bullet everything there. And I feel like that's one of his weaknesses to me. Cam Ward, it's something about Cam Ward. I feel like he hasn't been tested yet, like mentally. Well, like at least Justin Fields played for Ohio State. Like he was under fire all the time. DC had great. Yeah, let's not even bring up Derek Carr, man, because they did that boy foul. What's your take on the Crosby trade rumors? I haven't seen a good trade rumor. That didn't make sense. I haven't seen a good trade in those rumors to really have an opinion on it. I'm very indifferent when it comes to Max Crosby. I try to remove names from defensive players and try not to have like man, I love that guy, this guy, or whatever the case is, because my thing is that if you have a great defensive player but your defense is bad, then to me it's like, well, shit, we losing with you, we can lose without you. So to me, it's like, as much as I like Max Crosby, it's like if you told me the Raiders are going to trade Max Crosby, I wouldn't think it's crazy. And that's not saying I don't want Max Crosby. I think Max Crosby is a great player, but like, it's like when we had Khalil Mack. Like, I didn't even care that we got rid of Khalil Mack, because with Khalil Mack, we still never had a top 20 defense. Thoughts on Russell Wilson? I don't want Russell Wilson. I don't want Russell Wilson at all. There's 0% chance of me wanting him at all. I get something to drink. Oh. Oh man. Rather have Fields. It's your boy Raider Sancho. Come on, bro. Why y'all be disrespecting my name like that? All I do is come out here, give quality takes. Y'all want to call me out my name. What about Zach Wilson? Man, I don't want to hear about that shit. Don't bring no Zach Wilson up to me. Shit. Honcho, just please, no Waldron or Gus Bradley. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. But what I do want is some of this great pineapple soda that I'm about to bestow upon. It ain't never too early for some goddamn pineapple soda. Ooh, that shit just sound crispy. You hear that shit? You know it's good too when it's the pineapple peanut. You see that shit? Great value. This that shit that got the extra flavor to it. Shit, stop your damn heart. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's that drink. All love and respect, Hunch. Keep the content coming. Damn, man, it's no A, man, it's O. You just call me Hench. Yeah, if you don't drink pineapple soda, bro, like, come on, bro. What we doing? Put some Hennessy in. Yo, I haven't had a drink definitely this whole year. I don't think I had a drink on Christmas. I haven't had a drink in a while. I'm gonna get something cracking though. Don't drink that poison. Man, I'm drinking this shit, man. You need to be on X more. These content creators are killing me. What you mean I need to be? I'll be on there every day. What you mean? You want me to engage more? Listen, if you go in my refrigerator, look, I'm gonna have pineapple soda, I'm gonna have cream soda, and I'm gonna have grape soda. I only really drink Coca-Cola and Pepsi if I'm eating Chinese food and pizza. You think Salah becomes our DC? I mean, Salah is very credible as a DC. Now, I ain't got no Dr. Pepper. I only drink Dr. Pepper when it's fountain. Fountain Dr. Pepper tastes different than the shit they give us at the store. Pineapple burns my tongue, so I can't. What the hell? That ain't pineapple juice you drinking. What the hell you drinking? Burn your tongue. What about Coke and tacos? See, now when I get tacos, man, I get Fanta. I need a Fanta with that shit. Honcho, you got all the brother drinks, no cousins. You already know that. Remember that shit? It's like, you want cousins? I'm like, nah, I want brothers. They was mad at me. Now look, you still want cousins? I tried to tell y'all. Look at the last 4 teams left. You got Hurts, you got Jaden Daniels, and you got Mahomes. Well, Mahomes, yeah, you know. I don't want no cousins. I like the hires of the GM and coach. You know why? Because we didn't have no GM and coach. Like, what the, like, we didn't have a GM or a coach. So, yeah, I like the hires. I like that we got somebody because we got to get ready for the draft, right? But I don't live in the same space as all the other content creators and the fans that, like, just hang on to, like, every move the Raiders make because my opinion, A, doesn't matter. B, it ain't going to change the outcome of any events. So it's just like, I don't have so many feelings attached to the things the Raiders do personnel-wise because at the end of the day, I just want to watch the games. I want to root for my team. and then kind of give opinions based on my experience in football. Not necessarily, like, I'm not a journalist, I'm not a reporter, I'm not the breaking news. Like, you know what I mean? I'm taking a shit and the news drops, so I'm gonna grab my phone and hey, just so I could be the first one to tell y'all like, I'm not. That's not my thing. So I don't have a lot of opinions based on in depth on what the Raiders do and signing people that I don't care about. Like, and I know you guys are like, well, we're fans, so I need to know who's making the draft picks. No, I don't. I don't know. I don't need to know who's making the draft picks, because whether I like the person making the draft pick or not doesn't change the fact that he might draft somebody I don't like or somebody I do like. You know what I mean? So to me, it's like I'm more of a reactionary fan. Like, I'll react to things they do. I just don't put a lot of thought into what they do before they do them, because it doesn't matter. Ooh, goddamn, that peanut. Justice, appreciate the Superman for the real one. You should know that. Yes, sir. But yeah, so to me, that's the only difference is like, you know, like, I'm a Raider fan. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a fan of the Raiders. I root for the Raiders, blood in and blood out. I was named after a Raider. Both my parents are Raiders fans. My grandmother was a Raiders fan. But it's just like I'm not as invested in the front office side of things or the logistic sides of like the Raiders. I just want to watch football and, you know, use my experience to kind of talk the game to you guys. I understand in the off season, it's almost like, well, we got to talk about something. Well, technically we don't. Like, we don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a teacher in the summertime, you don't still have to be a teacher in summer. You don't have to do summer school. You don't have to teach. You could just chill. So I know a lot of you guys be like, yo, because somebody posted on Twitter yesterday, like, Raider Honcho is one of my favorite, but he don't never post nothing. It's like, what you want me to post, man? Jay Casher, appreciate the super thoughts on Ginger Cousins Darnold. You know, I don't like how Darnold look. I know that sounds crazy, but like, I don't like, he doesn't look normal. Some about him don't look normal. Like some don't look right. Some don't look right. I don't know what it is. Like, he be looking bewildered. Like, shit, they got 11 players over there. Like, yes, motherfucker, that's how you play 11 on 11. See, American Coke sucks. You need that Mexican Coke. See, I'm assuming you still talking about soda. I don't know if you're talking about the A1 Perico. When you've been a Raider fan for as long as I have, they make you numb to events that unfold now. Yeah, it's just I can't invest all of that energy into things that I have no control over. Like, I just can't do it. Like, I'm a coach, right? Like, I coach basketball, I coach football, I coach a lot, I coach all year round. So like, I don't have the bandwidth to do real life shit and then live in a space where all I'm doing is evaluating hypotheticals. Well, if they get this coach and they get this person and that personnel, like, and I'm not mad at anybody who does it. I just can't do that because I got to spend time on my real life shit. That's like, okay, how do I get my 13-year-old basketball players to dissect a 1-3-1 zone or a 2-2-1 trap or a diamond press? Like, I don't have time to be like, well, shit, the GM that once drafted Herschel Walker, his cousin is now I can't do that. I ain't got time to do that. I don't have the luxury to do that. While we're at it, sign QB Tannehill. Okay. All right. You bugging. Shin Chen. Yeah, that's what I said. I said whoever Pete Carroll brings in as his, OC or DC is probably going to be prepped for the head coaching job. Pete Carroll going to be taking power naps at halftime. Look, first of all, when you 73 and rich, it's not the same thing as being 73 and broke. Okay? So like, when you 73 and rich, you've been eating good, your vitamins, you getting your checkups. Like You know what I'm saying? Like when you that old, but you got bread, like you can pay to be healthy. Now, if he was a 73, look at Pete Carroll at 73, and now go to Walmart tonight and go find somebody that's 73 that work at Walmart. They don't look the same. Because you can't afford to look the same. You can't afford to live the same. So even though he's 73 years old, he like a legit 60-year-old in regular people health. You know what I'm saying? Look, yeah, exactly. He ain't drinking pineapple soda, man. I can't afford. Look, when I'm 73, yo, when I'm 73, bro, I ain't gonna look like Pete Carroll. Well, I'm almost 73 now. Like to be honest, I'm like a lot. I'm like not that far away from 73, but we going for round two, baby. I gotta take my daughter to the dentist in like 40 minutes, so get some questions in, y'all. We saw the real Sam Darnold those last few games. I'd rather stay with AOC. Right, OG. Yeah. See, like, there's so much that the Raiders need to fix that I can't fixate on one problem. Yeah, like we need a quarterback, but AOC is not the worst quarterback the Raiders ever had, right? And when he gets a little more time on task, I think he'll be better than he is now. Like I said, man, I think he's see, to me, AOC is a mediocre quarterback, which is why when everybody said Derek Carr was mediocre, it was like I can't agree with that because to me, Derek Carr is a lot better than AOC. So if AOC is mediocre, then Derek Carr wasn't mediocre. But I think AOC is a mediocre quarterback. What Raider free agents? I mean, I think you gotta try to. I think you gotta swing at Rico. I think you gotta swing at old boy from the Bucks. I mean, I don't like his injury history. I think you gotta talk about Higgins, right? Um, there's a couple things out there. It all depends on what you need to attack in free agency versus what you need to attack in the draft. You know what I'm saying? You don't think Derek Carr's a lot better than AOC? All right, bro. All right, bro. All right, bro. Okay. You're bugging. Derek Carr was drafted in what, 2014, and then 2016 he was an MVP candidate? Like, what are we talking about? Christian Hunter, appreciate the super. Who are your top choices for OC and DC? I think the top choices are not really available. I think it would be Todd Monken and Flores, right? After that, I think. Hold on. Let me see something. Damn. I thought I could find my paper that had the list on it, but I don't got the list. But like I said, I think I can't remember everybody's names, but I like Clint Kubiak as OC. I think the Chiefs and the Rams had two pass game coordinators that I liked to look at as OC. I like the Patriots DC from this year, younger fella, brother man, you know. But yeah, we're not gonna talk about that AOC and Derek Carr in the same category. Now you can convince yourself of that, but it's not true. He couldn't even start over Minshew. Like, stop playing with me, man. I know one thing: we might lose some games. It won't because we got out coached. I like that. Those are the kind of positives you got to take. Those are the positives you got to take away from those situations. You know what I mean? Don't take Dart at 6. Whoever's I ain't taking Dart at 6. Unless you think he's the guy. Like unless you think he's the best player that you can get at 6, but I don't think that's it. People realize Derek is the best quarterback we've ever drafted, right? They don't realize that. And the crazy part is, let's break something down. Derek Carr played for the Raiders and has always had a terrible defense. He goes to the Saints, who are known to have a great defense, and this year he won more games than the Raiders did. The Raiders starting quarterbacks did, and he had a worse defense than the Raiders. How do you can't make this shit up? Derek Carr is cursed. Think about that. Derek Carr played on the Raiders and always had a terrible defense. He goes to the Saints, who are supposed to have a good defense, and wins more games than the Raiders with a defense that's worse than the Raiders. Like, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. And he missed like 7 games. Yeah. Yeah, I think the Saints would have been in a much better situation had Derek Carr not got hurt. But I mean, I think there's a curse on them. I think that when they was younger, they sold their souls to be NFL players or something, because they just are cursed. Juanito, damn, is that really? I'm sorry. Is that not? Does that not say Juanito? I might have just made that up. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I don't know what that says. I feel bad if that's not Juanito. Because Juanito, I was about to say, Juanito is a name that I always hear, but I never seen nobody's name that. Derek Carr's the best QB we ever drafted league-wise. How good was that for us and Saints? I just think that there's more that goes along with that, because it's like, RIP Kobe Bryant, right? But it's like, as good as Kobe Bryant was, if he never had Shaq and never had Pau Gasol, how much would he have won? Because Kobe Bryant was on some really bad Lakers teams. So if you take away Shaq and take away Gasol, like, how many games does he win? That doesn't take away the fact that he was a really good player. And you might say, well, Kobe Bryant is okay, but like, I'm just pointing out that there are variables that go into winning team sports. Like, it can't just be, well, if he was so good, why didn't it work out for the teams? Well, the teams are teams. Individual players are individual players. Like, now, if it's track and field, and I'm saying, yo, he's the fastest 100-meter dash guy, but he never wins the 100-meter dash, then you would have an argument. But if he's the fastest 100-meter dash guy, but the other 3 people on his 100-meter dash relay team suck, and they never win a relay race, you can't point out that he's still not the best guy on the relay. So that's what that is to me. It's like, Derek Carr not having success in the NFL didn't have anything to do with. All right, CJ Raider. Nobody said that DC is Kobe. Y'all got to like turn, like, you know how we can unlock like 8. We use 8% of our brain. I think when I speak, I need y'all to unlock at least another 2%, because I didn't say he was Kobe. I'm making the parallel that you could be a good player and not have team success, and it doesn't mean you're any less of a good player. Like, I'm not saying he's Kobe. That wasn't what I was saying. Okay, like, not at all. Like, take any good athlete that's a good athlete individually and put him in a team sport. The team around them has to do work. DC more like Harden on the Nets, not making others better. How can you say he's not making others better when he got mad receivers paid? Like, how can you say that? Like, Derek Carr's played with receivers that were nothing before they got to him and was something after he was done with them. Like, how can you say he's not making them better? He was throwing touchdowns to freaking Scantlin on the Saints. Like, who the hell is that? Like, what are you talking about? Like, he made Foster Moreau a freaking name. Like who? Like, what are we talking about, man? He got Aguilar bag. Like, y'all gotta stop, man. Y'all gotta stop. Like, y'all gotta stop. Like, I'm not saying he was great, but like, you can't hold the team's inability to have a defense and be successful to the fact that Derek Carr wasn't good. Bro, you got the best content. You keep it 100. No BS. Carr was our Kobe, no matter what other people say. Jaden, I appreciate the sentiments. Justice, appreciate the super trade for DC. Sign Khalil Mack. Bring 2016 back. We can now afford it. I don't think you can do that. I don't think you bring DC back. I wouldn't mind Khalil coming back, because I feel like his knowledge could help some of the players on defense. I don't think you can bring him back, though. Bring Carr back. Respect to DC. He's a pro. I'm not, but I didn't see the ability to make others better. Just system type throw. You can't call a guy who led the league in comeback victories a system quarterback. You can't. He had to make plays that were outside of the system. Like, how many game-winning drives would Derek Carr would have had if the defense just held its water? Like, we can't have that we can't have that conversation right now because you're not speaking logically, yo. You speaking out of like your feeling towards it. The facts are the facts. Like he wasn't just a system type quarterback. Like, how can you say that when he had success in 6 different systems while he was on the Raiders? Like, how could you say that? Like, how could, like, just think of that alone. Like, how can you say a player is a system quarterback when he's been in multiple systems and had success? I really wish DC and Josh McDaniels would have been. Damn, Joshua, why you call me gay? I gotta be gay. Why I gotta be gay? Damn. Build the O line first. The thing about building the O line is you only really need like 2 really good players. I think we already have like 1. What you mean, got him, Joshua? What that mean? What that mean, bro? What you mean by that? You're a defense guy. Thoughts on? I mean, look, Abdul Carter is. I feel like all the talk about Travis Hunter being generational, Abdul Carter is. He's one of them ones. Jalen Carter. Yeah, remember Jalen Carter when I told everybody we would have been an A+ draft if we drafted him and not Tyree Wilson? And everybody was like, what? You don't like Tyree Wilson? Natural Born Raiders podcast. Appreciate the super salute, bro. Blessing to you and your family. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I only got a couple more minutes on here. I gotta take my daughter to the dentist. So let's get some questions in here. We need to improve QB, wide receiver, linebacker, and secondary. You would have saved yourself some time if you just put we need to improve our team. Crabtree, Zay, Renfro, even Jared Cook. I don't hear any of those names that Carr has helped elevate and get their bag. Give DC his flowers. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, it's so hard to just give him the fact that he was good, but just not good enough to outperform a bad team. Like, I don't get it. When the Raiders didn't draft Jalen Carter yet, I was tight. I was tight. We always got love for DC, no matter what you do, like being a Raider. He came from a Raider background, and he said it himself. He applied himself to the game like Kobe Bryant was one of his idols. Yeah, I stand by what I said. I wasn't saying he's Kobe. I'm just saying that if you didn't give Kobe certain players, I don't think he wins. And Kobe was still been the best player in the NBA. Not saying Carr is the best player. I'm just saying that you can be very talented and not have team success. Allen Iverson is a GOAT. Like, didn't win a lot. Don't bet on Washington. We just go best player available in the draft. I don't know what they do, man. That's what I be trying to say is like, I don't know how they think. So like, I feel like it would be just a waste of time. Like, I think you should always just draft. You look at what you need, but at the same time, you don't pass up on somebody you think is a game changer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you think about it, look what the Falcons did, right? Like, they paid Cousins, but they felt like they couldn't pass up on a young quarterback, and now that young quarterback is their starter. And everybody's like, how do you sign Kirk Cousins all that money and then draft a quarterback at 8? Because you can't pass up on what you think is great talent, great value. So I don't know what the Raiders should do. Like, we have so many things we have to address. Like, I just think that what the Raiders need to do is, regardless of who the player, he has to be a player. Like, it can't be somebody that you develop for 2-3 years. He has to be a player. He has to be able to go now. If you're picking in the top 10, those guys got to be able to go now, or very close to it. We don't trade up for Sanders or Ward. Old ass Pete ain't going to do no better than AP. I think you're wrong. I think being a competent head coach is a talent and a skill that is learned, and I think AP under more guidance and mentorship could have gained that. I don't think you just wake up from being a position coach and all of a sudden I can be a head coach in the NFL. Pete Carroll has shown he could be a head coach in the NFL. So I think Pete Carroll is a great evaluator of talent. I think he knows where the game is going, and I think he's smart enough to know I need to hire some coordinators that could do the heavy lifting. So, that's just my opinion on that. Just my opinion on that. But yeah, man, a couple more minutes, man. Get these questions in or whatever y'all want to say. Get it out there. You think we re-sign Merrick? I think Merrick is really good. I think that this season being a disaster and a roller coaster has really taken away from the growth that Trayvon Merrick has shown as an NFL safety. His ability to play down in the box on defense, be able to match up on tight ends, his physicality, his tackling ability. I think this season with AP and all the distractions we've had has really kind of brushed under the rug the growth of a couple players we had, but primarily Trayvon Merrick. I mean, Trayvon Merrick played really well, but even corners played pretty well this season. But it's just a lot of things got overshadowed with the kind of season we had. Looks like they took their time on this hire, but I think he is a bridge to prime time. Chuck, appreciate the super. I don't think it's a bridge to prime time. I could be wrong. I definitely think he's a bridge though to somebody. You should do this more often, bro. Gotta bounce, take care. All right, Raider man, appreciate you stopping by. Merrick kind of sucks in coverage, Honcho, for real. I don't. I feel like unless I know what coverage he's playing, then I don't know if he sucks in coverage, because sometimes the guy closest to the ball when it gets caught isn't the guy who's supposed to be there. They're just really good and they're athletic and they get close to a play to make that probably wasn't their play to make. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I can't agree or disagree. I think that if he's going against Kelsey, that's a tough matchup for any DB. But like as far as covering running backs out of the backfield and stuff like that, just playing, I just think that he was playing more of like a strong safety role, playing down in the box and helping against the run and taking on blocks and setting the edge. And I thought he did that stuff well. Jacorian Bennett, yeah, Jacorian Bennett again. Like he had a good year, but I feel like it just overshadowed by a lot of stuff. What's up with the chatter about Ben Johnson? What's up with this stuff? I'm here. I'm here about him behind the scene. I don't know. I don't know. It's funny when he's locked up on someone man to man. He is not very good, in my personal opinion. All right, well, I can't disagree with you. That's your personal opinion. Do you think we'll get Patrick Graham? I hope not. I just feel like you bring in Pete Carroll, just start fresh, man. Start fresh. You got to remember, the Raiders are still going to be a franchise and a team 30, 40, 50, 100 years from now. So we can't look at everything to be perfect for us to watch, right? We're setting the table for another generation of Raider fans. So I think it could take some time, but if you're going to start fresh, start fresh. We got to do right by Brock Bowers. I think we did right by Brock Bowers. Do him the goddamn ball every damn play. Sheesh. What else you want? What else you want? I think Pete Carroll, like I said, you need an adult in the room. And I think that if you go in there and get a young coordinator and make him the head coach and you put him in a locker room with a bunch of guys that have been losing and losing and losing, I think it might be hard to win that locker room over. I think Pete Carroll has the pedigree to say, look, I've done it this way and I've had success on multiple different levels. Get in line or get the hell up out of here. And I think he has the cachet and he has the personality to pull that off. So I'm excited about that. A lot of fans have to realize we're not close. Yeah, we're not as close as people think. Calvin, appreciate you. But yeah, man, I'm about to get up out of here. I gotta make some moves. I gotta flex a little bit. I just wanted to pop out here, show my face, let y'all know that, I'm still come on one of them ones. Don't get it twisted. But yeah, I plan on having a lot more lives and stuff like that once we get this draft thing situated. And my basketball season will be over. I got like 2 weeks left. Basketball takes a lot of time, man. I watch mad film and shit too. So once that's over, I'll be locked in. But yeah, I think all in all, I thought Pete Carroll. I'm giving it a. I'm giving it for the situation. For the situation we were in, I'm giving it an A. I'm giving it an A, man. I think with the top choice being off the table and they wanted Ben Johnson, for them to pivot and get Pete Carroll with Pete Carroll's pedigree, I think it's an A. I think it's an A higher. All right. Yeah, hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. Um, you know, look out for the lives, look out for the content, man. You already know that. You know what it is. Y'all have a blessed day out there. I know it's still early out there, but it's afternoon here. It's almost lunchtime. I'm about to go get me a sandwich or something like that. Make these moves. I might be on later. But as always, till the next time. Raider Honcho out.